What if Earth is like one of those uncontacted tribes in South America? Like the whole galaxy knows we're here but they've agreed not to contact us until we figure it out for ourselves. That's the premise of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, except for the waiting for us to figure it out part. I mean, we could always just be cosmic ants. How often do you go out to your garden and try to communicate with the bugs? What if aliens showed up here millions of years ago, saw a planet inhabited by enormous lizard monsters and said fuck that, don't come back to this place? What if the people that were abducted by aliens were actually abducted by some alien TV host equivalent of the crocodile hunter, where he abducts a human and shows it off? Crikey, what a interesting little fella this is. That's actually one of many theories about SETI and alien life. That they're so far ahead of us on the Kardashev scale that for them to try to communicate with us would be like us trying to communicate with ants. Or amoebas. Those aliens probably watch us on TV while laughing at us. How can someone or something be that stupid? This is a very common and well-known theory. It's also called the Prime Directive in the Star Trek universe. What if we're actually a part of a very huge being, and to that huge being, it's like when we look at our own cells through a microscope. And that's just one being. There could be millions of huge beings. We are probably more like the Sentinelese from the North Sentinel Island, part of the Andaman Island archipelago in Indian Ocean. They are widely considered as one of the most aggressive uncontacted tribe, very much hostile towards outsiders, though some would disagree. The Indian government declared the remote island officially off limits. Maybe there's an intergalactic agreement not to contact any life forms until they develop interstellar travel. What if those aliens are looking at this post and giggling like they'll never know how right they are? If that's true, we probably killed some of them at one point. Most uncontacted tribes have also killed some of the past people who tried to contact them. That's already a theory. Edit, because I'm getting messages and comments about this. I wasn't trying to belittle the guy or say this in a manner that implies I didn't want him to post this here. I just thought that maybe he didn't know this concept already existed, as I've done this with other ideas and would like to know. Most of those tribes remain uncontacted mostly because of concerns regarding introducing new diseases to them and because of the lack of the means for proper communication. I doubt these kind of issues would exist when it would come to aliens. What if we're more like an anthill in the middle of the Amazon? Or even worse, like a bacterium on Earth. There are 5 by 1030 bacteria. You really think the entire galaxy could all unanimously agree to something? To anything? Doubtful. I like to think there's the alien equivalent of David Attenborough who does the same thing to us as we do to other animals. Well, you have it at least half figured out. Truth is, we have been receiving all of those old video transmission. I am told they are called movies, wherein your people tend to dissect and kill all aliens that land on your planet. When they start seeing you greet visitors with respect, maybe something interesting will happen. Then we probably will be contacted first by the extremist aliens who will give us a hard sell that their belief system is the best and that all we believe is a lie. And we will do something violent in response. Etc., etc. Eventually we all end up enslaved or die of an illness our immune systems cannot handle. There is the former leader of Israel's space program who said that. He also said that the US and Israel have a base with aliens on Mars, and they said we are not allowed to know yet. Read the Three-Body Problem trilogy, then be glad they haven't contacted us yet. TLDR, anyone out there capable of understanding that we're here ought to be smart enough to know that we're also potentially dangerous to them, so they're better off killing us rather than contacting us. And, vice versa, except no, we're human, so let's just tell everyone, hey guys, here we are. Well yeah, this was already discovered, don't you remember? We were banned from the Federation of Planets because we tried to kill baby farts Mickey Sack and hid all of the stolen space cash from the space cops, so now we're barred from any future alien contact. I think we're more like the folk out on the Sentinel Islands. They know we're here, but every time someone tries to talk to us we take potshots at them. So the whole planet is officially off limits.